This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas. On the Scorecard tonight, the MPBL is once again under the spotlight after another game raised eyebrows across the basketball community. The Mindoro Tamaraws went scoreless for 12 straight minutes before storming back to defeat Marikina. Could this spark another controversy following the league's Bacolod game-fixing allegations? Fresh off a career-defining stretch, Eala may have opened the door to even bigger tennis events in the Philippines. The PSC is now pushing to expand the country's place on the WTA calendar. A legend steps away from the game. Mobile Legends icon Edward Dapadap has officially retired, bringing the curtain down on a championship career that helped shape Philippine Esports. Gilas Pilipinas is set to miss out on a key reinforcement. Bennie Boatwright is no longer expected to play in the Asian Games after his naturalization failed to be completed in time. All the headlines and more on the Scorecard tonight, the 11th of August. Now, here's our roundup brought to you by the Philippine Sports Commission, the Philippine Olympic Committee, and the NSD-IAC. Just weeks after the Bacolod game-fixing controversy shook the MPBL, another unusual game has gone viral. This time, the league is looking at the 12-minute scoreless stretch by Mindoro that has sparked questions among basketball fans online. Here's the exclusive report of Zeus Valdez.
The Liga Pilipinas Basketball League is taking a closer look at another game that has caught the attention of netizens. The Mindoro Tamaraws went scoreless for 12 minutes against Marikina before staging a late rally to pull up a 71-69 comeback victory. The unusual scoring drought quickly went viral on social media, with some fans throwing comparisons to the Bacolod Mascara controversy that remains under investigation. When there is currently no allegation or evidence of game fixing involving Mindoro, the MPBL says the game will still be reviewed.
We'll try, no? Meron naman tayong sinasabi ko nga, may third party tayong katulong dito, yung analytic natin. We'll see, no? But nakita naman natin talaga yung difference.
Oreta said the league's third-party analytics group will review the game to determine whether there is anything that requires further examination. However, the commissioner, who personally watched the game alongside members of the MPBL Technical Committee, said the players continued to compete despite the prolonged scoring drought.
You know, I was there with my technical committee, no? Napanood naman natin. The scoring drought is, I think for me, kung basketball fanatic ka o nakakaintindi ka, it's totally different. You know, they're both trying to score. At the same time, they're trying to play defense.
Oreta said the incident also highlights a broader challenge the league continues to face, the difference in the level of competition among its teams. He explained that because the MPBL is a grassroots league, some teams rely heavily on homegrown talent, while others feature a more experienced roster, creating a gap in competitiveness.
Of course, you know, it's always a challenge for us, no, every season. Alam mo naman na MPBL kasi, it's a grassroots program talaga ni Senator Manny to. No? Magdidepende ito kung ano yung bubuing core ng mga teams. No? Now, it really depends. Pagka binuo nila ng pure homegrown, may chance talaga na, you know, yung competition level, magkakaroon ng diferensya kung compare mo with our elite teams. So, actually, meron kaming mga proposal by next season para ma-balance natin kahit papano and hopefully ma-aprobahan ni Senator Manny Pacquiao.
One of those proposals is the creation of a Division II beginning next season, a move aimed at creating a more balanced level of play throughout the league. Meanwhile, Oreta confirmed that the MPBL's investigation into the Bacolod Mascara case remains active. He said the league continues to coordinate with the Games and Amusements Board while legal proceedings continue and officials prepare to meet with Bacolod City representatives as part of the ongoing fact-finding process. For now, the league stresses that Mindoro's 12-minute scoreless stretch remains an unusual game sequence, not proof of game manipulation. But coming just weeks after the Bacolod controversy, it is another game the MPBL believes is worth a closer look. Reporting for the Scorecard, Zeus Valdez, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Converge cruised past Terra Firma 120-103 Tuesday night at the Enara Center in Antipolo to return to the win column in the PBA Season 50 Governors' Cup. Making his debut for the Fiber Xers, Cameron Clark finished with 20 points, providing a much-needed boost after the team's previous import changes. Justin Arana added 20 points and 12 rebounds, while Calvin Abueva posted 17 points and 11 boards. Converge dominated from the start, taking a 38-23 lead after the first quarter and extending it to 22 at halftime. Terra Firma tried to rally in the second half, but the Fiber Xers had enough firepower to keep the Jeep at bay.
Nakita naman natin lalo na nung dying minutes or especially nung umahabol sila, ang laking bagay nung contribution po ng import natin.
Abueva, who earned Player of the Game honors, said the team also made better use of its ability to run the floor.
Pagka kuha ng rebound, takbo agad. Wala nang banjing-banjing kasi yun yung namin talaga, strength namin tumakbo. Kung hindi ka tatakbo, may iwanan ka.
The victory moved Converge to 4-4 in Group A, keeping the Fiber Xers in the quarterfinal race. They now turn their attention to NLEX, with Pineda stressing the importance of taking things one game at a time. Meanwhile, NLEX suffered a major setback after import Daquan Jones sustained a gruesome leg injury during a collision with TNT big man Brandon Ganuelas-Rosser. Jones went down in the third quarter and was immediately taken to a nearby hospital for further evaluation after the freak incident. The tennis schedule is now under scrutiny as players faces tough demands from the consecutive tournaments being played by the top players. Here's Mark Patriarca with the details.
As the tennis calendar continues to expand, the demands on elite players are also coming under greater scrutiny, with limited time to rest, train and travel between tournaments. According to the Professional Tennis Players Association or PTPA, the string of withdrawals from the Canadian Open has renewed concerns over the physical toll of the current schedule. Among those who missed the tournament were world number 1 Jannik Sinner, 24-time Grand Slam champion Novak Djokovic, and Carlos Alcaraz on the men's side, while defending champion Victoria Mboko, Wimbledon finalist Carolina Muchova, Emma Raducanu, and Jasmine Paolini were also absent from the women's draw due to injuries. The PTPA analyzed data from more than 30,000 professional matches over an 8-year period, finding that upper body injuries rose by 42% in the first quarter of 2026, while arm injuries more than doubled compared to the 2025 average. Alex Eala is also experiencing the demands of the tight calendar firsthand. Just days after winning the Mubadala DC Open for the biggest title of her career, Eala traveled to Toronto for the Canadian Open, where she reached the round of 16 before losing to Belinda Bencic. Despite the fatigue and disappointment following her Canadian Open exit, Eala refused to use the demanding schedule as an excuse, instead focusing on what she could take away from the experience.
I think I've played really well. I've gotten through so many obstacles. Of course, right now, there's that initial kind of just a little tired and down from the match. But yeah, I'm healthy, which is something I'm super grateful for, something that's obviously on the top of my priority all the time. So yeah, I'm counting my blessings. I'm taking the lessons that I've had from these 2 weeks and hopefully implementing them even more and in a better way in Cincinnati and New York. Yeah.
After 2 demanding weeks of matches, travel, and the emotional high of winning her first WTA title, Eala now has to find a way to reset before the next leg of the hardcourt swing. And her first priority is simply to step away from tennis for a little while.
I need to get a haircut. I haven't gotten a haircut in a while. My nails are grown out. So yeah, I'll do a couple of things just to get my mind off tennis. And I think Toronto's a great place to do that. And yeah, reunite maybe with some friends in Cincinnati and just try to have fun. I'll be back on court like that. So
Eala will next compete at the Cincinnati Open before turning her attention to the US Open as she continues to navigate the demands of the North American hardcourt swing. Reporting for the Scorecard, Mark Patriarca, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Alex Eala's remarkable breakthrough on the WTA Tour is now pushing Philippine tennis toward an even bigger goal. After her historic WTA 500 title in Washington and another deep run in Toronto, the Philippine Sports Commission is now eyeing more Women's Tennis Association events, including the possibility of a WTA 250 tournament in the country. Once again, here's Zeus Valdez with the exclusive report.
Eala has enjoyed the biggest stretch of her young career. The 21-year-old Filipina captured her first ever WTA Tour singles title after winning the Mubadala DC Open, becoming the first Filipina to lift a WTA 500 trophy. She followed that breakthrough with another impressive performance at the National Bank Open in Toronto, where she reached the round of 16 before bowing to former world number 4 and Olympic champion Belinda Bencic. Her recent success has not only elevated her status on the world stage, but has also brought renewed attention to Philippine tennis. With Eala continuing to raise the sports profile, Philippine Sports Commission Chairman Patrick Gregorio believes the country should capitalize on the momentum. The Philippines already made history earlier this year after successfully hosting its first ever Women's Tennis Association tournament, the Philippine Women's Open, a WTA 125 event. Now, Gregorio wants to take the next step.
Well, yung WTA 125, 3 taon niyang nakakontrata sa Pilipinas. Kasama yan sa grassroots development program natin. Alam naman natin ang WTA 125 ay ang starting point ng WTA hosting, 125, 250, 500, 1,000 hanggang sa World Tour. So, ang importante, mag-host tayo. Kung pwedeng 2, 3 WTA sa buong Pilipinas, let's do that. Kung meron pwedeng isa sa Visayas, sa Luzon, sa Mindanao, let's do that.
The PSC chairman said expanding the country's WTA calendar would give Filipino players more opportunities to earn world ranking points and compete against elite international opposition without leaving the country. He said the next goal is to build on the success of the WTA 125 event and eventually bring an even bigger tournament to the Philippines.
Kung pwedeng iangat natin sa WTA 250 in the near future, tayo makikipagpanayam sa FILTA. So, ang importante lang po, tuloy-tuloy lang ni Alex yung kanyang pagpapanalo at pagsisigasig.
Beyond developing world-class athletes, Gregorio said attracting more international tennis events also supports the PSC's long-term vision of making the Philippines a leading sports tourism destination. He believes major tournaments can attract foreign athletes, coaches, officials, media, and fans, generating economic activity for local businesses while showcasing the country's capability to host world-class sporting events. For Gregorio, the initiative is part of the PSC's overall mission of grassroots to gold, gold to greatness, where investing in young athletes goes hand in hand with elevating Philippine sports on the global stage. He also credited the leadership of Philippine Tennis Association, saying the sport's recent progress has been made possible through a strong partnership between the government and the National Sports Association.
Mga batang liderato for sports, yan naman po ang hinahanap namin sa PSC. Sabi ko nga po, we have 84 NSAs under us. Ang importante po, 84 presidents, 84 leaders na talagang itataguyod yung sport nila. Hindi naman po kaya ng gobyerno yan na gobyerno lang lahat. Ang importante po, sumusuporta yung gobyerno para maging progressive yung mga NSAs sa sport na kanilang tinataguyod.
With plans to expand the country's presence on the WTA calendar, the PSC hopes Eala's success will not only inspire the next generation of Filipino players, but also help establish the Philippines as a regular host of world-class tennis events, further strengthening both the nation's sports development program and its growing sports tourism industry. Reporting for the Scorecard, Zeus Valdez, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Ateneo de Manila University and former men's basketball head coach Tab Baldwin have been ordered by the Department of Labor and Employment to pay a combined 4.9 million pesos in administrative fines over employment permit violations. Dole found that Baldwin failed to secure the required alien employment permit and certificate of exemption for 490 days from February 2025 until his resignation in June 2026. The Labor Department ruled that Baldwin is liable for the violation, while Ateneo was held jointly liable, meaning the university may also be required to settle the penalty if Baldwin does not. Baldwin had previously maintained that his permanent resident status exempted him from the permit requirement, while Ateneo argued that he served as an independent consultant, not as a university employee. The Dole investigation was launched following the June 8 drowning deaths of Ateneo student-athletes Rene Clerc Baterbonia and Divine Adili during a team activity in Dipaculao, Aurora. In a statement, Ateneo said it is now reviewing the Dole order with its legal team and will determine its next course of action after completing its assessment. One of the most decorated players in Mobile Legends history, Edward Dapadap, has officially retired from professional esports. The shock announcement marks the end of a remarkable career as fans bid farewell to one of the game's greatest stars. In a tribute video released by his mother organization, Aurora Gaming, Edward looked back on his journey from his humble beginnings as a young pro player to becoming a multiple-time world champion and one of the most respected names in Mobile Legends. Edward said his esports career opened doors not only for him, but also for his family. He shared that the game gave him the opportunity to provide a better life for his loved ones, including fulfilling his dream of building a house for his family at a young age. During his career, Edward won 2 M-Series World Championships, multiple MPL Philippines titles, and established himself as one of the greatest XP laners the game has ever seen. As he closes this chapter, Edward says he plans to spend more time with his family, take a well-deserved break, and look forward to what comes next.
About naman dun sa retirement ko, pinag-isipan ko talaga siya ng mabuti and pinag-isipan ko siya ng matagal. Parang gusto ko na lang din magkaroon muna ng time sa na-miss ko dati na sa sarili, sa pamilya, ganyan. Kasi at the young age, ayun nga, nag-work agad ako. So parang pabaliktad naman. Kasi sobrang busy ko nung mga nung pro ko eh. Kumbaga parang ngayon gusto ko munang mag-travel, ganyan, chill-chill muna. Kasi sobrang naging stressful yung 7 years.
Gilas Pilipinas will likely have to defend its Asian Games title without new naturalized player Bennie Boatwright. The former San Miguel import is no longer expected to join the national team for the 2026 Asian Games after his naturalization process failed to align with the tournament timeline. Gilas head coach Tim Cone confirmed that Boatwright is no longer part of the team's plans for the continental meet, as there is not enough time to complete the legal requirements needed for him to represent the Philippines. The Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas had included Boatwright in its initial Asian Games pool, hoping the process would be completed before the tournament. The 2026 Asian Games will be held from September 19 to October 4 in Nagoya, Japan. His absence is a major blow to Gilas, which had hoped to add the 6'10" forward to its lineup as it looks to defend the Asian Games gold medal. The Philippines finally reached the top of the podium at the 2026 Southeast Asian Fencing Federation Cadet and Junior Championship after the women's foil team and men's saber squad both captured gold in Kuala Lumpur. Victoria Ebdane, Willa Galvez, and Jody Tan defeated Vietnam 44-37 in the women's foil final, with Galvez leading the charge with 21 touch points. In men's saber, national team member Kian Felipe, Vito Koching, Drake Chung, and Matthew General also reached the top after beating Thailand 45-40 in the final. The 2 gold medals add to the Philippines' haul of 2 silvers and 4 bronzes, with the cadet events continuing through August 14. Patrick Dato has played his final match for the Philippine men's national football team. After more than a decade of representing the country, the 36-year-old goalkeeper has announced his retirement from international football, bringing his 13-year national team career to a close. His final appearance came in the Philippines' 1-0 loss to Malaysia, which ended the team's campaign in the 2026 ASEAN Championship. The former De La Salle standout earned 25 caps for the national team after making his senior debut in 2014 and later became the Philippines' starting goalkeeper in that year's Asian Championship. After 13 years of service, Patrick Dato bids farewell to the national team, leaving behind a career defined by commitment, leadership, and pride in the Philippine crest. Up next, the World Table Tennis Tour is once again coming to the Philippines this September. We'll speak with the organizers of WTT Puerto Princesa about what fans can expect from the international event when we return right here on The Scorecard. Welcome back to The Scorecard. The Philippines is set to host a major international table tennis event this September as WTT Puerto Princesa brings some of the world's best players to the country. Joining us tonight are Ting Ledesma, President of the Philippine Table Tennis Federation Incorporated and WTT Puerto Princesa Event Director, and Daniel Delemiana, International Table Tennis Federation Blue Badge Umpire and WTT Puerto Princesa Deputy Event Director. Daniel, Press, good evening at maraming salamat for joining me here tonight on the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Pleasure to be here on your show, sir.
Ayan, it's bihira na table tennis ang aming topic ngayon. So we're very thankful to have you. Simulan ko na kay Press. Press, you've been heading Philippine table tennis for so many years. Of course, in the SEA Games, nakakuha tayo ng mga medalya. What is the state of Philippine table tennis as of the moment? Kamusta naman ang lahat?
Well, thank you for inviting us, Anton, and we are very blessed na makarating dito at ma-promote din ang aming sports. Well, ang programa namin para sa national team is since we won the last SEA Games bronze medalists in the team event, men's and women's, it is we made the history again, and ayaw namin magpa-relax, kaya this year we selected 2 additional men's and women's national team. So that's kasi yung mga top 3, top 4 natin na national team is always in abroad competing leagues and international events, WTT. Kaya ang mga naiiwan dito ay iilan na lang. Kaya we add 2 more and then each men's and women's para walang non-stop yung training natin. And then magkakaroon sila ng inside ng selection in the future major events. Kaya walang magre-relax sa kanila. And that will be our preparation for the next SEA Games 2027.
Ayun. But this coming September, meron tayong malaking event which is happening here in the Philippines. Maraming mga bansa na pupunta dito sa Puerto Princesa. So, I'll ask Daniel this question. Could you tell us about the WTT Puerto Princesa and what the fans should expect when it comes to table tennis?
There's 2 major international events in Puerto Princesa. First is the WTT Youth Contender.
Okay.
So this WTT Youth Contender is under 11, under 13, under 15, under 17, and under 19 boys and girls. So we have 10 age category plus 2 doubles, mixed doubles for the 15 under and mixed doubles for the 19 under. So the next major event is the WTT Feeder.
Okay.
So this is for the senior category.
So they're mas advanced yung players sa feeder.
Mas advanced. So, yung age group ng WTT Youth contender is for the grassroots level natin, so sa mga bata. Then yung ating feeder is starting point nila for the professional table tennis league.
Okay. Ngayon, sa Puerto Princesa gaganapin itong event na ito. Bakit po sa Puerto Princesa? Are you working with the LGUs at nag-decide kayo na dito ganapin para ma-promote na rin yung tourism ng ating bansa?
Noon kasi lagi kami dream na mag-host ng international event.
Okay.
Which is, we've done it before in 2014 and 2015, the World Tour in Subic Bay Convention Center. And doon nag-start na yun, nag-lift yung mga level ng ating mga national team. Nakita nila yung mga ibang bansa na sumali, yung mga discipline nila. And that's why itong hindi kami tumitigil sa kakahanap na mag-host ng international event. And we're so happy na ito nga yung si Mayor Byron, sobrang supportive sa sports because he's promoting the sports tourism in Puerto Princesa, which is saktong-sakto po para sa amin na may promote to ang aming beloved sport.
Daniel, how important is this lalo na sa kabataan na magkaroon sila ng international event dito sa Pilipinas tapos matetest pa nila yung skills nila against players from other countries na pupunta dito sa Pilipinas?
Yeah, napakahalaga nitong event na to. Number one, sa atin, sa support natin, advantage na tayo. So, medyo makakatipid sila, hindi na tayo dadayo ng ibang bansa. And high caliber player ang i-expect natin dadating. So, yung level ng ating mga players sasabay dun sa level ng international players na dadating. So, we are expecting 20 countries to participate.
20 countries. Ang galing. So, this is happening September 3 for the youth, and of course, September 8, magsisimula yung feeder series.
Feeder series, yeah.
Ayan, all right. So, we're very excited for that, Daniel and Presting, and all the best as you continue to build Philippine tennis here in the country.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Gusto lang namin pasalamatan yung mga, of course, the Philippine Sports Commission, the Philippine Olympic Committee, of course, the beloved Mayor Lucilo Bailon of Puerto Princesa, Sports Director Attorney Rocky Austria, and Engineer Aris Grande, and our Regional President Francis Nemenso. Yun ang mga hindi yung naghumihintos na tumulong sa amin. Kaya we're very blessed din sa ganun.
Alright, maraming salamat po. Thank you so much, Daniel and Presting, for coming here to the Scorecard tonight.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And with that, thank you for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow night on the Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. This is Anton Roxas. Have a blessed evening, everybody, and good night.